Hi, welcome everyone to to this section of the program. Like we promised, it's time to talk something very important, money. And my guest today is a wonderful man. I don't want to use the other word. He's a wonderful man. He's a genius of sorts. He's a native of Ile-Ife, so he's got to be a genius. Yes, Prince Ayotunde Adebayo Ishadikpe is from Ile-Ife. He's a seasoned entrepreneur with several track records in managing consumer products, and services across multiple countries and multiple business types, in fact. But his expertise is in promoting opportunities that showcase African products. In 2013, I know about that. He organized the Export-Import Trade Show at the Baltimore Convention Center. Some of the ones that we can mention for people who have that sense of history, has been catching up with things. The big tour of the Oni of Ife, to the US, where we saw the Oni right in the heart of the Congress. He handled that, and he's been into several economic development and leadership, I mean, conventions and dinners and events like that that has been have involved in a big way. And something big is coming on to our ears today, something real big, like like who he is. He does big things. He loves the Yoruba culture and the works of art, which you will see when you visit that website of his. It's so beautiful every time. I mean, they come up with new things. I'm like, wow, you've got skill, you've got talent. And like I hinted in our introduction, we've discussed some of these things before. Yoruba people are very ingenious people, very talented and very skilled. Well, first of all, let's welcome Prince Adebayo onto the program before we start troubling him. Sir, you're welcome. Hold on, something's wrong with the mic here. We're not hearing you, sir. We're not hearing you yet.
Welcome to your exit, where we tend to make sense of the moves by the self-determination groups who try to peacefully exit from the entity called Nigeria. We ask tough questions. We will be looking, at prosperity as a byproduct of the self-determination
Your mic is
campaign. Coming
muted,
out of
sir.
all this noise and violence, I believe it's going to be interesting. I believe it's going to be very interesting. But hang on in there, and we'll look at this together. Yeah, we'll look at this slide. Starting off these programs, in the very first edition, we looked at this slide and we made the point that if we take the example of the US, for instance, where you are born to, how you were born determines how much wealthy you can be, determines your prosperity in life. So when we allow or accept the born to rule concept, psychology in Nigeria, it entrenches poverty in some ethnic groups. You can see, how far the black people can never get in the setup in the US, and that is from the Federal Reserve Bank. It's from the Federal Reserve Bank itself. It's authoritative, and that's the source. So clearly, in the Nigerian born to rule equation, something is not right. Managers are in the north. We have established painful. But the only way we can interpret this is that if we allow the situation to continue as it is, then some people life continue to, some people will remain under bondage and punishment for the situation right now. You may remember this particular famous verse quote from Laruti. It says, one of the lines says, "Those whom the gods want to destroy, they first make mad." And we have traced this to very, very ancient,
Yeah, please try to
historical
speak to
times.
us. Your mic was muted.
Use this particular phrase in literature for a very.
Yes, sir. Your mic was muted. Can you speak now? Yeah. We can't hear you yet. Yeah, we're trying to reconnect you. Yeah,
a long time. When you look at Buhari, the only thing that is consistent about him, if you look critically, is that he intends to protect the Boko Haram criminals. Even the Sultan of Sokoto, had to come out publicly to complain of insecurity and all that. And that is rare for the Sultan himself come out and talk to the public about insecurity or anything. The man is there. After all, we've accused him that his own people are the one enjoying the situation. But look at it. It looks like a tale of contrast to me. It is, in fact, a tale of contrast when you look at it carefully in the Nigerian situation, and you wonder who is somebody okay over there. Buhari's only tool seems to be the use of wicked use of brute force, armed response to any form of dissent. Why must there be a military reaction to everybody that complains about something, particularly if you are a non-Yeti subscribed or identified Nigerian? Of course, he has threatened war. He has threatened to.
We are hearing some cracks. Like hearing some cracking. We can't hear you. Something is doing crack.
Studio number. Maybe he can talk through the studio number.
Which one? That's 817. Can you see the 817 number? Can you try calling through there?
Remove threatened war on anybody. If you listen to our headline, you will hear it clearly from him. Threatening war on anybody who dares to challenge him. And to force his way, he had to remove Kanu and Igbo from the streets while Gumi dallies with terrorists on behalf of the government. He dispersed doctors who are trying to flee from economic strangulation, denying them of their democratic rights. While he was spending lavishly on his own first son's wedding, he strangulates Channels TV, and that's an indication for you that the press is no more free. If you saw the publications they put out as to the conditions of working with the Nigerian Broadcasting Council, or the decree and whatever the laws guiding, so ambiguous, so unclear that anything goes, and he's using force to enforce it. Meanwhile, they are sending and praying for Boko Haram leaders to go on medical trip abroad. The soldiers that were abandoned, that was.
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, okay. So you are back on, right?
So how clear can you hear me? And
we can hear you very clearly.
Okay.
We can hear you very clearly. So,
okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you, everyone. I mean, sorry for the technical hitch right there. It happens. Well, we're going to continue. It promises to be a serious blowout today. It's going to be a wonderful one. Something that would divert your attention a little bit from the tension and all the hardship of, that's going on, the tension in Nigeria. Like I said, we are talking money today. I mean, even with all the struggle, at the end of it, we are talking about the economic prosperity of our people. That's the concern, and they've been denying that over a while, and that's what other people have been working on. That's what somebody like Prince Ayotunde Adebayo has been working on. And like I introduced him earlier, he's a citizen entrepreneur. He's a genius at what he does. He's a genius in the way he's been, organizing things, working behind the scheme, behind to get the Yoruba people, just moving on, forging with power and with force. we are reckoned with in America today because of the kind of work that people like him do daily, day out. But we are going to talk money. Like I said, we are going to talk money. He's interested in discussing aspects of money with us today and showing us the way forward with how things are done. Once again, please let's welcome Prince Ayotunde Adebayo to the program, sir. Welcome.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yeah. I want to thank Dr. Babatunde and for the huge and that spectacular introduction that he has accorded me, which is actually beyond what I expected. But I want to thank you very much. That's the part of introduction, and I want to thank you also, for having me in your show. So once again, my name is Prince Ayotunde Adebayo Ishadupe. I'm familiar with you, but I'm doing games.
You're welcome, sir. So, yes, we learned of your work about the Odudua Federal Credit Union. Hear me clearly once again, it's Odudua, Federal Credit Union. That's the inventor, I would say. He calls himself founder, but, he's an inventor of a concept, that our people, it's time for our people to emancipate themselves, as well, and move on in the American community here that we belong to, and, put our feet, stamp our presence financially and economically. You saw, I don't know whether people, actually paid attention, close attention to that in our introductory slide, where I said, if you're a black man in America today, you are the least prosperous of all the ethnic groups in America today because of the way things have gone. And that is one of the things Prince Adebayo is fighting against, that we don't remain in that oppressed group economically, and there are ways of working. So it's going to throw some ideas, some highlight into how these things get done. So let me ask, right away, Prince Adebayo, how did you conceive the idea? What gave you, what came to your mind that this is something that we need to work on?
Well, thank you, Mr. Host, Dr. Babatunde Olorunfemi. I happen to be somebody who is very agile, who, believe in doing business on your own. Since I left college, in England, most of my lifetime, work experience has always been on my own, which is self-employed. I studied international marketing in the first place, which is to do with international trade, and the products that I, deal with or deal on, they are actually agricultural commodities for export. And in that process, I run across different people with different, careers, and I always try, to inquire, if I cannot ask that person, I go through the internet. I try to search for opportunities, what one can do. Because of doing international trade, I was a trade consultant to a mortgage bank in Nigeria, and that was a Home Foundation Savings and Loans. And that was back in 1997, all the way down to 2002 before I came over here. Now, in the process of me coming up with the bank concept, with my little experience that I had during my time at the Home Foundation Savings and Loans in Nigeria, I understand, when you're seeking for loans from bank, they will ask you certain, things that you need to provide to secure the loan. And, most of the time, many business people that are looking for loans from bank, they are unable to provide some of their requirements. So I have the knowledge of when you are asking for loans from a corporate organization, what you need, to put in place as a means of security against that loan. So I understand that concept. So back about 2-3 years ago, I came across a group. This group, they were promoting a federal credit union, and I happened to join them, and they appointed me as one of the board of directors in the state of Maryland. So I learned more during the seminars here and there, and I also attended seminars and meetings with the National Credit Union Administration executives, who give me some more, light to what we can do to be able to establish a credit union for our community. So, in the course of the Yoruba Nation or Oduduwa Nation agitation, I look at it, I said, we cannot only be doing rallies or, clamoring for Oduduwa Nation. We need to do something to be able to empower our community here in the United States, that is, we that are in the diaspora in the United States. So I invited some people who are in the banking industry, who are bankers. So presently, in our organization, the National Association of Oduduwa Heritage, which is the anchor organization that is going to fund the bank. But what is the process? First of all, we have to create, a membership drive whereby we get people that will be willing to become members of the bank. And there are 3 major categories to become members. So the first membership category is, in our own term, is membership, member owners. The member owners, they are those who are going to donate to the bank. They are going to willingly donate a non-refundable amount of money based on, what we say, to be able to generate enough financial capital base for the bank. So I rally around friends, people that I know, lawyers, bankers, accountants, people that are in real estate, doctors and stuff like that. So I contacted them, and they gave me their concept that, well, they will be interested. So I set up a meeting upon inviting a lot of people. So when I set up the organization, the National Association of Oduduwa Heritage, we happened to raise, a lot of, prospective members who are yet to confirm their membership as a member of the association. Like I said, it is the association that is going to fund that bank. So, because that's the guidelines from the National Credit Union. So if you are able to come up with a minimum of 3,000 members for the bank, who are members of the bank, then with the 3,000, they are requiring us, to get $1 million as our financial capital base. So how can we do this? So I did math. I did math and accounting by trying to find how we can break it down, how we can be able to make maybe at least $1 million. So I now look at it like, okay, they give us a minimum of 3,000 members to be our startup membership to be able to get a charter for the bank. So I now look at it like, okay, maybe we do $1,000 or $3,000 or $5,000, but who will be willing to donate $5,000, $3,000? So I now look at the category of people. I know that whoever want to benefit from the bank as a member owner, that is a brand for you on your own. If we are able to cooperate and make sure that we come up with this money. So we all agreed at the meeting, the first meeting that we held, and that was in May, 1st of May of this year. So we were able to have about 18 people who attended that meeting that day. And we decided that those number of people, we need 7 people, up to between 5 to 10 or 12 people to become board of directors. So we decided on that day that, okay, this number of people that attended this meeting, we're going to make them the board of directors of the association and also for the bank. So we all agreed, I, appointed every one of them since I'm the founder. So I appointed every one of them as board of directors. We appointed 6 members as the advisory board advisory board, and then we have 12 members as the board of directors. So the advisory board, they are just to kind of oversee what we are doing and give us advice on areas of things that we need to do. Among them, we have doctors. When I say doctors, we have pharmacologists, we have healthcare, nursing practitioners, we have lawyers, we have accountants, like I mentioned. So they were part of the advisory board. And then I myself have to represent both the board of directors and also reporting, being a member of the advisory board. So I set up the organization in that format. So for the board of directors, so we have our lawyer, her name is lawyer Tinuade Akishola, whom the husband is also a member of the bank and the association. So the husband is he's a pharmacologist, and then why the wife is a lawyer. So she's the one that has been working on the legal aspect of the bank and then the association. So we work hand in hand. We have a communication director who is Tokwe Adeyoju. We have Mr. Biodun Jegede, who is also the deputy for the communication and marketing.
Yes, sir.
We have 12 people in that board of directors.
Yeah, yes, sir. We will come into more details. Okay.
Okay.
Because I have some questions right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have this question right here that says, Nigerians, when you say location 419, you are talking of somewhere we all know, right? And we are talking of money.
Exactly.
Even here in America, when you mention Nigeria, they are looking at you suspiciously. And we are talking about money,
right?
People putting down money. Has the issue of trusting each other, has it been any problem, in the process working on this? Because I know other communities, Hispanics, even smaller groups within the Hispanics, within the English people, they have all these credit unions all over the place. So as
exactly,
which is why I say it's visionary for you to even try to challenge this particular concept. Has that issue of trust been any problem because May to now, I mean, it's you've moved a lot. You've done a lot. When we go to the website and see what's going on in there, has the issue of trust been challenging at all?
Yes, there is an issue of trust even up to date. But when you have confidence in what you are doing and your hands are clean, you have a good heart. You see, what I brought here is to benefit our ethnic group, which is the Omokaro Jire or the Omoluabi, Omodudua, the Karo Jires, and what have you. And in addition to that ethnic group, we have the African Americans who were virtually, the descendants, of our ancestors that were taken out of, our ethnic group, in the western part of Nigeria as slaves. So they are also considered as, qualified individuals that can become a member of this association, association, and also for the bank. So while I was, conversing around, communicating with people, I was. Yes. I faced a lot of challenges. Some of my old friends, that actually knows me, just like, one good example among them is Mr. Biodun Jegede. Biodun Jegede is my childhood friend, who knows me very well, who knows the capacity at which I operate. And I also have another friend of mine who was a business associate, business partner, while I was in Nigeria when we were doing commodity trading. His name is Mr. Tokwe Omole, Baba Tokwe Omole. Now, these people, they are people that knows what I can do, they said, "Oh, Prince, you're a man with no limit. We don't think that anyone, nothing can stop you, because you move from this project to another project to another project, and you're even able, to manage them simultaneously. We don't understand how you're able to do this." So I just told them, well, I think I have to thank God. That's my gift. So in terms of the trust, other new people, I talk to them. First thing, some people be like, "Oh, they're scared. They don't want to get into trouble. You know, our people in Nigeria, da, da, da." I said, "Well," they said, "I'm the one they know." I said, "Yes, you know me. But other people that are in the group, they don't know them." I said, "Don't worry. If you know me, I know these people, and I will not bring anybody that will tarnish anyone's image around me or around them. So I'm the one in the middle of everybody." So that challenge is there.
Yes, sir.
Even up till today, some people still call me and say, "Prince, they don't understand the concept of this thing." I'm a very patient person when it comes to explaining things. I take time to explain, and in order for me, for the challenge, for those distrust to be very minimal. People, when you are introducing a business to them and you are looking for funding, they will ask you, "What do you have? How much do you have as part of the money that you are looking for to do this business or whatever you are needing this money for?" So what I did was I went ahead and designed and come up with the website of the bank with my own money. I did the website of the bank, I did the website of the association, and when you get to the website, you will definitely know. Anybody that sees that website can never say, "Oh, there is fraud behind this thing." As a matter of fact, before we had our first meeting, some of the people that I called, I put them on the phone with the National Association, National Credit Union Administration, their administrators. I put them on the phone with them. They gave us a lot of guidelines, what we need to do, how we have to do about it. So I put everything together to move ahead with the website. So because I don't want anybody to say, "Oh, we don't have anything, so how are we going to start?" So the website also helped by explaining things to everybody who believes in it, who went to the website, who took time to go to the where we need. Even when you get to the website, because before you can completely become a member, you can become a member of the bank. But if you want to become a member of the bank as a owner of that bank, you have to become a member of the association. So that's the reason why simultaneously I registered the association and did the website for the association and for the bank. So if you want to become a member owner of the bank, you have to join the association that is going to found that bank, because we must have a group.
Exactly, and I was just going there. That who is this?
Exactly.
Who is this credit union for? Do you have any issues about ethnic, and diversity and inclusion, with the regulatory authorities for, forming banks? Because it sounds like this is for an ethnic group, the Yoruba people. Do you have any issues with the government?
That's the reason why. Yes, you see, as an ethnic group, we are entitled to own our own bank. But this is what many people don't know. So before I actually finally decided, okay, I'm going to move forward with the bank, I look around. I ask people, do we have our own credit union, even Nigerian credit union, which I knew of about 3, 4, 5 years ago. I'm even a member of that particular bank. It's called Nigerian in Diaspora Federal Credit Union. But one of them, who is the founder of that particular bank, is even our own member right now. He's on our board of advisory board and on the board of director. He's a seasoned banker. He has worked with PNC Bank, Citibank. He has a huge experience in banking and finance, and he also, run a real estate business at this moment. So these are the people that I seek some advices from outside the advice and the guidelines provided to us by the Federal Credit Union. So the Federal Credit Union, the guideline is that you have to have a minimum number of 3,000 and then a minimum of $1 million US as your financial startup capital. So as long as we can meet with that requirement, our website, as a matter of fact, they asked us to move forward and submit our registration. But I want to make sure that we have our 3,000 members before we submit that registration, because we don't want anything to hold us backwards when we submit our registration and we don't have up to 500 and then they decline us. I don't want us to experience such a thing.
Yes,
so
sir.
the only guideline,
that is wonderful.
the only regulation is to have 3,000 members minimum with this $1 million startup capital, and then you can apply for your charter. Then in that process, once we are approved for the charter, we have to, they will introduce us to the insurance organization that will insure the bank and all the members' money.
Okay.
So the issue of whether somebody is going to lose money or is it fraud money or fraud business, this is completely out of the whole picture.
Thank you, sir. I was just wondering, do you know the success rate of ventures like this? How successful have people been in trying to get this done, and how are you trying to overcome the obstacles on the way?
Challenge. Okay, now let's look at other credit union that you see in different states. I believe you are in Texas.
Yes.
And you must have credit union there, and the credit union is doing well. Some of those credit unions, they've been existing for probably more than 50 years.
Yes,
here in Maryland, we have NICU, we have CQ, and we have Navy Credit Union, Navy Federal Credit Union, and some other credit union like that. So if all these credit unions can succeed, with our own population of over 500,000 Yoruba ethnic group in the United States, and we need a minimum of 3,000. 3,000 is like 3% of, I don't know if I'm right, maybe about 2.5 or 1.5% of 500,000. So we should be able to raise that number within a number of days or months if we are very serious and people really appreciate what we are bringing to us. So the success so far, even what we have done from May to date, we have over close to about 150 members so far right now. But those 150, they are just prospective, because I'm not going to go beyond anything, because we want people to actually get convinced, in what we are doing.
That's exactly where my next question is going. That if somebody catches up this with this broadcast and they are interested in what's going on, what do they really need to do?
When they go to the website, or if they want to get in contact with us, we have representatives who they can communicate with. If they want to talk, if they cannot talk to me, we have other people that on the board of the record who are executives. We have already about 7 executives who are actually working behind the whole show. So they need to go to the website, which is www.odudua, F as in Frank, C as in cat, U as in union.org /our-survey. If you cannot go through all that our-survey, you can just go to the www.odudua.fcu.org, and on the top right of the top navigation tab, they will see our survey right there. So our survey, that particular link is where we take you to where you're going to submit the survey, because what we need first of all is the survey. We don't need anybody's money right now. The only area where you are going to spend money is when you agree to donate $1,000 as a donation to start the bank, which is what we are trying to use as our startup capital. So on that particular link, there are a lot of questions there about would you be interested, to join this bank within the first 2 years that the bank opened for operation? Would you like to open a checking account, savings account, fixed deposit account? You want to buy shares? All these questions, they are questions for our financial projection for the first 2 years of operation. So if you choose to donate $1,000, that makes you a member owner of the bank. Now, for you to now become a member owner of the bank, you have to be a member of the association, like I said. So the association is going to cost you $100 for the first year. And then the following year, every year, it's going to be $50. That is what we are just using to maintain the website, the security issues with the website, maintenance, our telephone service. We have a toll-free number. The toll-free number is 866-305-9514. That's our toll-free number. My extension is 10101. So this is the money we just use to maintain that. And also, let's say we want to print flyers, we want to print business cards, anything that we want to use to promote the bank in order to acquire or to recruit more members. So that's what all that money is just meant for, nothing else. So that's the only area where it costs you $100 when you are signing up to become a member of the association, which it confirms you as a member of the association and the member owner of the bank.
Well,
so
thank you, sir. That's been wonderful. And just like we've been talking about, you probably seen the video roll, and we are comparing you right there. You may not have caught the idea to Chief Chief Okukwe Agbomagbe. I'm sure Chief Agbomagbe will not even think of, may not have even thought of where Wema Bank has found itself today. You can see where it started from and where it is today. So, what do you see? What do you dream of that this bank may become in some 50 years, 100 years from today? How do you look at it?
Well, may God, give us an extended life.
Amen.
With peace, joy, good health. I see that this bank is going to come into reality and is going to grow from strength to strength. You see, anything good will always have a challenge. If you want to look for gold right now, the gold that everybody wears all over the place, if you know how to source this gold, where to find it, is in a hidden place. So for you to get to that success, you have to struggle to get to the success. So if everybody that is part of that bank, part of the formation, the building, the growing, the membership drive, development and growth that we are working on right now, if they have enough patience, just like I do, and work with us together, we all do this together. It's not my bank, it is our bank. So if they have that in mind that it is our bank, okay, it is true. Oh, well, I'm the founder. I cannot be the founder of a federal credit union. I cannot own it. Why? Because if anything even happens to the bank, God forbid, it goes back to the government, because the government has to pay all the members that has up to $250,000. They have to pay them their money back. So, but God forbid, I don't pay for that, and I don't think anyone that is part of the group at this moment even think about that, because everybody sees that vision, that this is a very fantastic idea. And
Hi. Meet the Noah Amoluabi, or Pastor Noah, as you may decide
that, okay, you're going to bring us to a show. That's part of the support that you're also rendering to make success for the bank. So I see the bank going to grow from strength to strength. If Agbomagbe Bank Limited started like that, and they are very serious, if they were not serious, they would not become what they are today as Wema Bank. So we pray, our prayer is for God to give us that opportunity to have more members, people that will not distrust us, people that will not have negative mind towards us or towards the intentions, because we don't have any negative intention. If they donate that money right now, the money is not coming into my pocket. We have a general bank account for the bank. We have two accounts for the association. One account for the association as a membership account. We have donation accounts, and then we have an account, a savings account for the bank. So by the time we decide that, okay, everybody should start donating their $1,000, the $1,000 is going to go to that savings account with the bank that we are using at this moment. So it's not, and I'm not the only signatory to that account. So anything relating to doubt or some people's money is going to be swindled or something like that is completely out of that question. So that's what I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Visionary Prince Ayotunde Adebayo Shadipe. It's a honor, to have you on our program this afternoon. I feel so proud that both from the source, from the origin of humanity, from Ile-Ife. It's been a wonderful time. Before I let you go, do you have any last words for us, sir?
I want to also, encourage you to keep up with the good work that you are doing. You see, anyone that is fetching into other people's drum, their own drum, according to our adage, such people's drum will not dry, right? So we will, implore you to also assist us in, advertising the bank. It's a non-profit bank. We are not a commercial bank. It's a non-profit bank. Our association is non-profit. Otherwise, if we have money now, we will pay you, for advertisement to advertise